And lawmakers are returning to Capitol Hill today as Democrats fight over whether President Biden should stay in the race after last month's poor debate performance.
The president spent the weekend trying to reassure party members, donors, and voters he's got what it takes to beat Donald Trump in November amid growing calls for him to step aside. NBC's Bree Jackson is live in Washington with the story. Good morning.
Good morning, Isabel, Dave. So during a phone call on Sunday, 4 more Democrats in Congress told their colleagues that they believe President Biden should step aside. And some Democrats who are in tight district races are weighing whether to distance themselves from the 81-year-old this November.
My name is Joe Biden.
Facing intense pressure to prove himself, President Biden campaigned in Pennsylvania Sunday, seeking to fight off criticism about his chances of winning re-election.
I've been doing this a long time, and I, honest to God, have never been more optimistic about America's future if we stick together.
But members of his own party have their doubts. Nearly a dozen House Democrats have called on Biden to drop out of the presidential race after concerns about the 81-year-old's poor debate performance. Others are standing firmly behind him.
What I do think the president needs to decide is, can he put those concerns aside? Can he demonstrate to the American people that what happened on the debate stage was an aberration?
I know what it's like to have a rough debate, and I'm standing right here, as your senator. And I want to just say how I'm so proud I am to stand with the president.
The Biden campaign is still working to convince the public that he's capable of leading the country for 4 more years.
I think he's done a great job. However, I think that now's the time for Joe Biden to be the statesman, step down.
I'm still feeling good about Joe Biden.
I find it fascinating that nobody's asking for his opponent, who's almost as old as he is, mentally fairly confused, not to step down or step aside.
President Biden insists he's staying in the fight. And President Biden faces another major test this week. He will host world leaders for a NATO summit here in Washington, D.C. That begins on Tuesday. Isabel?
And Bree, are House Republicans trying to make political hay out of the president's situation?
They are. So the House Oversight Chair, James Comer, a Republican from Kentucky, he sent a letter to President Biden's doctor asking him to appear for a transcribed interview about his most recent evaluation of the president's health. A White House spokesperson slammed the letter, calling it crazy.